Hi everyone, my name is Eric and today I will be reviewing the Cheerson CX-Stars. This is a super tiny little nano quadcopter. This is, I believe, the world's smallest quadcopter right now. It used to be the Cheerson CX-10, but now somehow they made it even smaller into this one that actually still does fly surprisingly well. I'll show you how this thing flies inside and outside. And if you guys do want to pick one of these up, I included a link in the description down below where you can find one for the best price. And if you do have any questions about this one, please just leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to get back to everyone. Okay, so real quick, I'm just going to unbox it and go over the controller and just a little bit about the quadcopter, and then I'm going to get to the flight review. If you guys want to fast forward to the flight review, you can go to that time right there. Okay, so this thing does charge with a USB, which makes it very convenient. A lot of cell phone chargers, computers, you just have a lot of flexibility with how you charge it. And it does come with 4 extra blades. Now they are white, and you do want to make sure you pay attention to what number or letter is on the blade, so that way you get them right. Because if you put the wrong blade on the wrong motor, it's not going to work right. So you do have 4 extra blades, because these things are pretty tiny, and there are no blade guards on this thing. So if you are crashing a lot, it is possible to lose blades pretty quickly on this. So the controller itself has a really nice protective casing for the quadcopter, which also does make the controller feel a little bit nicer in the hands compared to some other nano quadcopters where your controller is just a little bit smaller. But you know, it feels easy to fly even with such a small controller. You do have your trim tabs on your right side. But this control does nothing, so you can't trim the yaw. And you know, your yaw really doesn't need trim anyways. From all the quadcopters I've tested, I've never really had to adjust for yaw. But you do have your 4 trim tabs over here, just in case it is drifting. Okay, and just make sure you pay attention to the direction of the blades, because when you do close the door, if one of the blades is sticking out like that, it's pretty easy to break one. So just make sure you tilt them all like that and the door will close nice. So bringing the quadcopter out, you have your charging port right here. The battery is not removable, so you just plug it in just like that. Okay, and for a quick size comparison, this is the larger Cheerson. This thing is tiny. If you look at it, it's just over an inch. And here it is next to the Proto X. And then you have your Cyma X12, which is a little bit larger. And then your X2, which is even bigger. So your transmitter is a 2.4 gigahertz, so if you do want to fly with friends, you can fly more than one at a time. The batteries are, it does take 2 AAA batteries. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn it on. There's a little tiny switch on the side right here. Right there. Flip this. So you're going to hear a couple beeps. Bring up the throttle. You'll hear 2 more. And now the lights are solid and it's ready to go. So the overall construction is extremely solid. You know, this thing is going to take a ton of crashes. And as long as you're not like really slamming this thing hard into the wall or the ground, you know, this thing's going to last you a long time. The only thing you're really going to have to replace is the blades. And in here you do have a little 80 milliamp hour battery. It's going to give you about 4 to 5 minutes of flight time, which is pretty average with this size quad. And as you'll see in the video, the flips are extremely tight. This thing can do flips so fast, it's like the blink of an eye. And to do flips on your right controller, you're just going to press down. You're going to hear that beep, and in whatever direction you want to do the flip in, you're just going to move the controller, it's going to flip, and then it'll stop beeping. You want to do it again, press it again, go in the direction of the flip, and it's done. Okay, and then on the left joystick, you have 3 settings. You have slow, fast, and then headless mode. So right now it's in slow mode. You press it once more. You hear 2 beeps, now it's in fast. You're going to press it again. 3 beeps, that means you're in headless mode. So now, no matter what direction the front of the quadcopter is facing, it's going to ignore that and it's just going to go true to your controls right here. And what that means with headless mode is if I press forward, no matter what direction the quadcopter is facing, it's going to go forward. If I press back, it's going to go back. So that helps if you do lose orientation. Let's say if it's far away and you want to fly it back to you, you just bring the controls back and it's going to fly back. Not necessarily straight towards your transmitter, but it will fly back in the general direction. Alright, and that's my review on the Cheerson CX-Stars. If you guys did find the video helpful, I always appreciate those thumbs up. And just remember, if you do want to pick one of these up, I included a link in the description below. And make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with my future reviews. Thanks, guys. Okay, so a quick tip on headless mode. If you are going to be planning on using it, you want to make sure that when you're holding the control, keep holding it in the same position. If you go turning it from side to side, it's going to throw off the orientation. And then when you first turn it on, what you want to do is make sure the quadcopter and the control are facing in the same direction. Go ahead and initialize it, and now when you hold the control, make sure it's in the same position, and then your headless mode will stay true. I'm going to go ahead and so right now it's in slow mode, and this is full yaw. So I'm going to press the left stick once. Now it's in fast mode. This is full yaw. So it looks like the yaw is about the same. So this is fast mode, pretty quick for this size quad. Let's go ahead and put it in slow mode. So this is slow mode with full control. So full reverse, full forward. Plenty of speed inside. And very accurate controls. This thing, you know, when you give it full throttle and let go of the throttle, it doesn't veer off to the side. You can tell that the motors are really well balanced. So give it full throttle and then let go and then recover from that, and that's going to really show you how good this gyro is in the system and also how well balanced the motors are. So this thing recovers really well. There's a little bit of a breeze, but let's go and try it. I'm going to put it in fast mode. So this is full forward. Do another one. Okay, let's try another flip. Holy cow. The wind's blowing it back here. It's fighting the wind. Probably like a 5-mile-per-hour breeze. Look how fast those flips are. You can barely even tell it's flipping. Let's do another flip to the side. And a front flip.